SoFi Technology is in a massive spot, guys. The number one level on the stock chart is this $25 level. We did set that price target down at this lower $12, $13 region. We've hit that since then, simultaneously pressing at this level for multiple days with a lot of volatility. It does appear now, guys, with this very strong wide bar initiating off this hammer candle and a bullish engulfing, we could see that breakout lead into these upper price action levels being all-time high over that 28.21 level very soon. With that being said, my name is Dylan from Dylan's Trades, guys. We don't waste no time today getting straight into this technical analysis breakdown. Going first to the weeklies, we get a very broad perspective within stock price, and then get a very short and medium term analysis, get a very full gauge of what stock price is going to do. So first and foremost, guys, we start our analysis over on the weekly, and from the weekly, man, we have been following SoFi for quite some time within this very big cup and handle structure, and this has been the story on SoFi. A massive downtrend initiated by the bears for about a year into consolidation. The bulls end up winning, shifting the trend, breaking over this nice structure, initiating this strong movement up, giving this symmetrical cup structure. We get a very tight consolidation, guys. This one being, for about 8 months or so. We noted a lot of bullish signs pressing at these top of this channel with a lot of bullish confluence here. We ended up getting the breakout, calling the official breakout around that $13 level. And since then, the story has been on SoFi, a parabolic run into about 5 weeks of consolidation, breaking over this almost a bull flag S structure setup with a momentarily spike up, hence over here to these very, very important $25 levels, which we'll briefly touch upon being these IPO range highs, guys. We set that price target at that $13 level. Right, so we came up here, now we're back in this consolidating, and now breaking out. So we're currently sitting right at the top of this level, guys, where we initially did spike up in this consolidation. We had stock price sitting here simmering after a parabolic surge out of this cup and handle. A lot of nice things to love with SoFi, constantly exceeding our expectations, getting in a very nice tight pocket, momentarily breaking over. We mentioned within these setups, we're almost more likely than not to go back and retest it. And being at the top of this level, guys, this really is the main thing we want to focus for SoFi. We're sitting at this very important damn zone where if we get over that $25 level, being that this is the number one resistance marker on the chart, past that 1448, which we were monitoring very closely, guys, down at these lower levels, which would give us a very explosive breakout. So we could see a very explosive movement, guys, just being that this $25 level is the last resistance within this IPO range high until that all-time high. I did have my marker point a little bit unmarked correctly. That's my bad. 28.26, guys. That is all-time high. If we break $25 strong, we are breaking over this very, very, very important measurement on the weekly, and it's an almost certain push to that 28.26 level. So we have been following SoFi for quite some time, and it does appear now we're getting the multiple test attempt with the bullish momentum, with the green candles, with the dip on the week, and the bulls stepped up. Just a lot of nice technical signs, guys. We're not going to overanalyze this on the weekly, but all in all, we see a lot of nice continuation, pressing at that very obvious $25 high, which we did set the price target, and we expected to get the breakout, right? This nice tight pocket consolidation got us to that $25 level, which we expected. Now we're sitting right at this level and likely going to get the breakout. Really love the look here, guys. 2026 is a big level to watch for the bulls, the bears. I don't care if you're a pig, right? Everyone's got to keep an eye on this level, man. This is the very important all-time high measurement. I will change that directly on the hour. It'll be a little bit easier, but all in all, guys, it does appear we're pushing all-time high. I mean, it's just really as simple as that. We're approaching the top of these highs very, very respectfully, seeing everything you want to see. So on the weekly, let's wait to see if we can get a few days over that 25 level. With some strong presence on a weekly candle, we should see a very likely just a strong euphoric bar in 1 week pressing to all-time high. That is my prediction as of now, but we'll cover that as the data transpires. Maybe it takes a little bit longer. So all in all, on the weekly, guys, we look great. Centering over to the daily, this is where we get our medium-term analysis within stock price, right? As each one of these candlesticks represents one day, and really simple analysis on SoFi. Once again, we entered a very bullish consolidation, gapping up from earnings and touching our $25 price target, rejecting, gapping up, gapping down. And we mentioned over here, we're bullish to go and fill this gap and then test this 25 high. And that's ultimately what we've been doing. All right, we got that test almost once, right, in that vicinity of that area, reject some bullish presence, stepping up on this level, making it support, coming up and testing that exactly, guys, before completely 180. Then you see a strong Morningstar reversal, a very beautiful sign, a very intense movement down. The sellers are dominating a session, not only a session, but a range of consolidation. This is not a good look, showing a bearish engulfing, knifing below this, guys. You're getting pretty desperate down here. Then right when we touch this 2140 level, we immediately bounce very, very strong with a strong hammer candle. The next day, you want to see over this high for the Morningstar reversal. This is a Morningstar reversal, guys. And pushing into the last trading day, we've exploded up and we're retesting this high once again, guys. So this is really the story. The weekly, the daily, all these measurements, guys, are leading back to that $25 level. To be exact, that 25.25, right? As it was the high of day, and that's always another nice short-term gauge, that high of day within the last trading day. So keep an eye on that level, guys. As of now, it does appear, once again, with this very sharp movement up, it does appear a lot of bulls have trapped the bears, guys. I definitely see a lot of bear money within this setup being shorted. If we can close over this $25 high, having this crescendo with this very bullish flipping 180, guys, we say it all the time on the channel. Some of the most bearish setups within a short term, right? We're looking pretty bearish here. If we outline all this, these candles over here, we're flipping pretty bad. We're breaking down below the structure, right? With this very obvious daily range. We're attempting to get the breakout within this phase of consolidation. We look bearish for about 3-4 hours until once the day is settled, guys, we immediately flip up. So that just lets you know, guys, when you get to a very sensitive area and you see buyers immediately step up and now dominating the session and closing over that number one resistance on the daily analysis being this $25 level. Don't want to be redundant, guys, but looks good here, guys. So I think this is a good opportunity where if you want to get long, keep an eye on a close over that. If you're in a long-term position, I would want to see at least a few hours over this $25 level to not get wicked. But as of now, guys, all in all, this thing looks kick-ass. Once again, we zoom way out on the daily. We've been covering this since these lower levels, seeing this very obvious accumulation within this cup and handle structure. And we're 100% honest on the channel, guys. We expected to get to $25, likely to maybe pull back for a few weeks and we kind of got that, but more or less, guys, it appears the party's over and we're very due for that quick breakout. And the overall market looks good as well, which does give SoFi brownie points. It's operating within a good market and a lot of strong momentum. So keep an eye on that $25 level. If we dip from here, you just want to see stock hover over this 22.72, as this was the last level, that we were holding previously. So all in all, guys, on the daily, we just want to continue to monitor these highs and see if we do dip, how do buyers continue to step up, as we've seen within this pocket. All in all, I don't think we get that back test to this level, but this is a last resort spot for the short term in that 22.70 level. We're going to flip to the hourly analysis now to analyze the very short-term perspective in the stock price. What will happen Monday, Tuesday, the next, 2 days. It can be more long-term, but that's situationally. So as of now, once again, we have seen a lot of hip-hop activity, a lot of respect with that $25 level, getting that very strong earnings gap up to that exact level, pushing very, very strong within a gap and go for exactly rejecting 25. Once we hit that big number one weekly, remember this, weekly, yearly, daily, every single resistance on every time frame, it's a big level, guys. So we reject, we pull back down, right? We chop around, ultimately grinding to this approximate location, once again getting stuffed into consolidation before grinding to this level. Not a lot of nice momentum, a lot of green candles, just not a lot of presence within the bears. We're exiting this nice little tight channel. Looks pretty good from a short-term perspective, right? You're seeing the grind up, nothing crazy, but healthy activity before tapping that level, and boom. And now it bounced up. So a lot of hip-hop activity, but man, the presence is within the buyers, and they're holding a lot of tight candles at that level. Notice how every time in the past we got to this $25 region, we get exactly here for about 5-10 minutes, and then we stuff. We push all the way down to $20, just like that, And then in the past, once again, we got the same exact phenomenon. So now we're holding a lot of tight, bullish candles. And if you guys have been following the channel, for some time that holding a very tight range at a very core key level while looking good on the daily, on the weekly. Now you're going over the hourly, you're getting accumulation and a key level. Hey man, that back test once again, this high, that 25 high, really does line up for that next upside like momentum. There always is an opportunity for the bears to get that squeeze up, and then the market flips, bearish or something. And then we flip down and back test this maybe before chopping and re-breaking out. This is always a possibility, guys, but as of now, all in all, on the hourly, even if you do see a dip, you got to think, if we break out, it's likely just going to retest before heading higher. All in all, though, the most likely situation, looking at this hourly candlesticks, seeing this very sharp presence up. I mean, just a very kick-ass push to these highs. You got to land bullish. So keep an eye on that. All in all, guys, SoFi is leading back to one level on every single analysis, pausing at this spot on the weekly for that next breakout over these weekly IPO ranges, which we've been targeting and monitoring since these lower $12 durations, guys, within this cup and handle. This was the long-term price target. SoFi looks crazy. If we get over this $25 level, this could set us up for an easy all-time high break over this 20 to 26 level, and then from there, really just getting strong. You could see SoFi 50 bucks. I'm not one of those guys that comes on here and gives crazy predictions, but you're seeing a very strong run early, and over these key levels, we could see big continuation within the long term, potentially reaching these upper levels, 30, 40, $50. It is very impressive to see. Did not quite expect that. Around these $12 levels, we at least expected a test of 25, but as of now, we're seeing every single test you want to see to continue this trend. On the daily, guys, we just see a very strong reversal within a bearish presence with a Morningstar reversal press at these highs. Once again, flipping back to the weekly, guys, we are retargeting these highs. And on the hourly, we see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hour bull flag S structure, building energy at the top of this $25 range, guys. So, very easy for us technical traders here. And for you long term, I think we look good here from a long term perspective. We'll jump over to the monthly to analyze the next few months. It'll look good. It'll look good. You can't overanalyze the monthly. We set it down here, guys. As long as we're printing green months continuing higher within bullish momentum, we're in a very bullish spot. Expect, higher price action within the next few months. So all in all, guys, it all does equate to that $25 level. If we sustain price action above it and the bulls can do their job, we should be able to push to 28, 26 pretty easy relatively, potentially getting that next euphoric surge and kind of breaking out of this very dull range. If you guys found any value within the video today, consider dropping a sub and a like. We will continue to cover SoFi and monitor it about 1 to 2 times per week. Alrighty, guys, I really appreciate you making this point of the video. Have a good day. Take care. Trade smart. And peace.